The first time I heard somebody in the US calling another person Uncle Tom, the underlying message was not clear to me. I had no idea why that could be considered as a crushing insult. It's not like calling a person Scrooge that you instantly get the point. If just like me in the past, you have no idea what Uncle Tom means in American pop culture and where this phrase comes from, watch this video till the end. So I did some research and learned in many African American communities, Uncle Tom is somehow a slur used to portray a black person who rejects their cultural identity to please the white people. Someone who tries to become accepted among the white people. When you hear people saying somebody is acting white, they mean something like the behavior of the black guy in the suit here.
Hey! Yo, my man. They were asking me about the African American experience. Maybe you could take this one.
Oh. Well, I find that the African American experience for me has been, for the most part, very good. Although, I find it difficult to go into detail as I haven't had much desire to leave the house in a while.
We've become such homebodies.
Yes. But even when you go into the city, I've just had no interest. The chores have become my sanctuary.
Okay, so calling a person Uncle Tom is considered insulting because it implies somebody is betraying their own culture by assuming the social expectations of the white society. Okay, now that I know the meaning and the application of this phrase in American pop culture, I'm a bit confused. Why? Because I have read the original book that this character comes from it. This book is called Uncle Tom's Cabin, and Tom was described as a hero, not a villain there. By the way, if you like what you are learning, don't forget to like and subscribe. And you would sound much smarter by learning more American pop culture phrases like this one. Uncle Tom's Cabin is a best-selling anti-slavery novel written by the abolitionist Harriet Beecher Stowe in 1852. We should keep in mind that when it was published, American Civil War and the abolishment of slavery has not been happened yet. This novel energized anti-slavery forces among the northern states and provoked widespread anger in the South. It's reported that when during the Civil War, Abraham Lincoln, the 16th US president, met Harriet, told her fondly, "Oh, you are the little woman who wrote the book that started this great war?" Obviously, that wasn't technically right, but it shows what a great book it was. In the book, Uncle Tom is a hero, humble before God but confident in himself and the rightness of his moral convictions. When a brutal slave owner commands Tom to whip an enslaved woman, Tom refuses to do so, insisting that whipping the woman would not be right. Later, in a chapter entitled Martyr, the slave owner commands Tom to reveal the whereabouts of two recently escaped slaves. Tom knows about them, but he once again refused to cooperate. This time, his punishment is being beaten to death. So, the modern use of this title is actually a perversion of the original portrayal of the character in the book. Over time, this term has been used in many weird occasions, I would say. For example, I was shocked when I learned Malcolm X once used this term for criticizing the nonviolent approach of Dr. Martin Luther King. He thought MLK was not militant enough. Wow, really? MLK and Uncle Tom? Also, I was equally surprised to see people like Barack Obama or Ben Carson are being called an Uncle Tom, implying that in American politics, for being successful, one should act white. Apparently, there is no gauge or a clear definition when this phrase could be used. The case becomes much more complicated when it comes to African Americans with conservative far-right ideas. People such as Candace Owens or even Kanye West. Is he an Uncle Tom wearing a MAGA hat? Leave a comment and tell us what you think about this. So, let's wrap up here. If you are not African American, this phrase doesn't belong to your vocabulary. You probably never learned the whole context and history behind it. So, just don't use it. If you hear someone using it, you can conclude that that person might have some strong feelings about someone or something, but you can also conclude that probably they have not read the book. And as a final note, don't confuse this with Uncle Sam. That's a whole different story and the subject of another episode of our channel, American Pop Culture Explained. Hey, thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed learning about American pop culture with us. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more fun and informative videos. We'll see you in our next video. Meanwhile, to test whether you have got the meaning right or not, comment with an example using the phrase you just learned. Also, if you think this phrase have a different meaning, please share it with us and your community in the comment box.